What is going on, everybody? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you on. Today, guys, we got to give some updates on RVPH stock that we talked about on this channel at 33 cents, now up about 30% on the day, sitting at 37 cents per share and breaking over a $40 million market cap. In today's video, we're going to be highlighting some of the updates from the vocal biomarker studies that were released earlier this morning and why my bull case for RVPH actually now goes even higher for a price target. Remember, as always, never financial advice, just trying to put you guys on the plays that I'm in. If you're new around here, smash the like button and also consider subscribing to the channel. So, RVPH up 5.5% on the day. We saw it drop all the way to 34 cents during intraday trading, but then it has surged all the way up to 37 cents per share, up 30% on the 5 days, but it's still down about 41% on the month. So, what's going on and why is it doing so well over the past week since the new year? Well, let's talk about the vocal biomarker study. So, this is a study that supports broloxazine's efficacy in schizophrenia, because remember, it's an anti-schizophrenic, anti-dopaminergic type medication. Myself, as a pharmacist, this is something that I've seen in practice time and time again, and I talked about it in the first video where I talk about RVPH, and that is the reality of these kinds of medications is they have high failure rates. But with broloxazine and its place coming to hopefully take over things like olanzapine, or it might be risperidone or other second gen type anti-schizophrenics or anti-dopamine medications, is that it has some things that we need to make sure we're paying attention to that are showing up in the Recover Phase 3 clinical trial. So, Reviva Pharmaceutical Holdings announced on Thursday the publication of vocal biomarker data from its Recover Phase 3 clinical trials for broloxazine in the peer-reviewed journal Biological Psychiatry. The microcap pharmaceutical company, currently valued at approximately $40.45 million, has seen its stock surge 24% over the past week, despite facing significant volatility, according to InvestInPro data. The study found that speech latency, this is important, a measure of verbal response time, can identify patients with moderate to severe negative symptoms of schizophrenia. Remember, there are positive symptoms where basically you could think there are things that are being added to their lives that aren't actually there. Delusions, delusions of grandeur. There's a bunch of them. There's too many to even name. But then there's also negative symptoms where things are removed from their reality. Patients classified as having these symptoms showed stronger responses to broloxazine treatment across multiple symptom domains compared to those with milder symptoms. According to the published findings, speech latency could potentially serve as an objective marker to improve patient satisfaction in schizophrenia clinical trials, potentially reducing sample sizes and enhancing outcomes, which is also very important for any future trials with other pharmaceutical anti-schizophrenics that might come to market. These results show speech latency as a scalable, objective biomarker that can be used to evaluate broloxazine's effect on negative symptoms and other core domains of schizophrenia. And this is from Dr. Laxmarian and Dr. Bhatt, CEO of Reviva, in the press release. The Recover Phase 3 trial previously met all primary and secondary endpoints that they had set forth prior to beginning their Phase 3 trial, demonstrating statistical significance in reductions across major symptom domains of schizophrenia with 50 milligram dose of broloxazine compared to placebo at week 4. Broloxazine is, again, it's a chemical entity, and they're the ones who figured out that it targets not only the dopaminergic type receptors, but also serotonergic or serotonin, which again, we know in general when we look at people with schizophrenia, right? Or most of the mental, it's an imbalance of these different neurotransmitters. But more specifically, dopamine, too much dopamine in the brain can oftentimes cause people to have these psychotic breaks that pushes them into schizophrenic-like disorder or schizophrenia or schizophrenia-form. The company reports that the drug was generally well tolerated, with discontinuation rates lower than placebo in the clinical trial, which is also very important to keep in mind. Because remember, this could be monotherapy, meaning used solely by itself to treat people with schizophrenia. So with that being said, what I think we're seeing right now with Reviva Pharmaceuticals is some promising data coming out. It's still very early because we're looking forward to Q2 2026 data coming out from their Phase 3 clinical trials. They're going to have clinical effects, and then maybe can see their new drug application go through and hopefully FDA approval thereafter. So wanted to stop in this morning. Well, I guess now afternoon. I am Pacific Standard Time right now. Obviously, I'm not in my typical PC setup, but I think Reviva gets an increase for price targets based off some of their findings and things that they're finding on their current phase 3 recover trials. If we go over to tip ranks and we look up RVPH, it's still looking very strong at a $5.10 12-month average forecasted price with a $16 high, and I'm leaning towards closer to that $16 mark and a $1.50 low. So that gives you a clear 5x from here, but up to $16. So that puts it at a 4,200% upside if things go well with their Recover Phase 3 clinical trial, the Recover trial. I appreciate your guys' support. Thank you for 200 subscribers. We're growing very, very fast, and I'm super excited to see what happens over the next few weeks and months. A great way to start the new year. I appreciate you guys so much. So until next time, as always, everybody, keep investing. Peace.